In this video, the Bitcoin price did see a big Bart Simpson pattern. Many people say that this is proof that the Bitcoin price is manipulated. I want to talk about manipulation, what I think about that, but I don't want to let the discussions of manipulation stop me from making technical analysis in the Bitcoin price. We do see Bitcoin running into this major resistance area, and I'm going to bring out the Fibonacci retracement tool, and I will show you some mind-blowing facts that you didn't know before. I'm also going to show you one bearish sign actually. We do see a bearish divergence on the daily time frame. This is something that I do want to point out. And I also want to show you that I am still bullish as long as we are above two specific levels. I'm going to show you exactly what levels, and if you think that that sounds interesting, then I think that you should definitely watch this video. Hello guys, and welcome to the moon. My name is Carl and I'm here to bring you this Bitcoin video. So here on the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that we had a very eventful past 24 hours, as we did see not only just this big pump we saw, but we also saw this bigger dump that basically took Bitcoin right back down to where we started just a little bit more than a day ago. And the fact that Bitcoin pumped here approximately 9% here, and then later dumped actually 10, almost 11%, has gotten many people to say that this was manipulation. And there is one very famous pattern called the Bart Simpson pattern. Actually, this pattern only can be found in Bitcoin and maybe a few other cryptocurrencies, but basically this pattern of the price is going up, then going sideways, and then straight back down to where we came from. This can also be reversed, so it can be a reversed Bart. But this is something that, it's a phenomenon that we only find in crypto, and this, to some people, is proof that this space is heavily manipulated. Basically, I don't know if that's true or not, because we cannot know for sure that this is a sign of manipulation. But of course, it does make you wonder what kind of natural forces could bring Bitcoin down in 5 minutes, 10%. Bitcoin dumped $1,000 in 5 minutes. And of course, it wouldn't be very far-fetched to assume that this was some kind of manipulation. And the interesting part is that this is the Bitmex chart. So this is another chart I just want to show you real quick, because on Bitmex the price dumped even heavier. So here from 10,180, Bitcoin dumped all the way down to 8.6 thousand on Bitmex, which was actually almost 16%, when the other exchanges dumped only 10%, which has also, of course, led people to believe that maybe this manipulation took place on Bitmex. And that was my initial reaction also, that maybe Bitmex had something to do with this, or whales over on Bitmex. And it is possible to manipulate the price of Bitcoin. I mean, the Bitcoin price is definitely manipulated. And of course, if you have a few $1 million, you can also manipulate the price of Bitcoin. But the more money you have, the easier it is, of course, to move the price of any asset. And Bitcoin has a low liquidity compared to gold, for example. So it's easier to move the price of Bitcoin than it is to move the price of gold. So if you want to manipulate something, then probably you're going to choose Bitcoin over many other assets. Another reason to manipulate the Bitcoin price is that you can use exchanges that are still not regulated under laws in many countries. So it's easier to move money in and out, and it's easier to manipulate because there's basically not enough rules. It's a little bit like the Wild West. Crypto is still the Wild West. It's going to change in the future, but right now it's still like that. And this is funny because this is a print screen from a lawsuit against Bitmex, and this lawsuit actually brings up the Bart Simpson pattern. This is an actual print screen from this lawsuit. It says here that Bart patterns, or simply Barts, are a variety of pump and dumps involving intense pumps or dumps occurring within a very short time frame, causing price action to find a new high or low for a very short period, followed by equally violent return to the previous level. Perpetrators using this manipulation tactic benefit by having their sell-buy orders filled and causing the unwitting investors to open positions against the trend. So the people behind this lawsuit, they seem to claim that Bitmex has something to do with these Bart patterns. We've seen many of these Bart patterns. It's a very, very common occurring theme here in the Bitcoin price. I think we can see maybe right there is somewhat like a Bart pattern. And if we go back even further, but it's actually more in the shorter time frame, like maybe the 1 hour time frame, or even lower than that. I think this was a Bart pattern. This looks like a Bart pattern. Yeah, I'm not going to go through them, but you know exactly. You've seen these Bart patterns yourself because they're quite obvious when they happen, just like this. And look here, in yesterday's video, I asked you, was this manipulation or not? And 75% of you said that this was manipulation, while 24% believe that this was not manipulation. And thank you guys so much for giving me 3.1 thousand likes yesterday. It's completely insane that my videos are now getting above 3,000 likes very consistently. But let's get straight back into the chart, because now I want to actually take a look at some support and resistance, because, I mean, manipulation or not, let's not get too stirred up into that discussion, because at the end of the day, we are going to have to try to wrap our heads around the Bitcoin price regardless if it's manipulated or not. Now, you know that I've been talking a lot about this resistance up here, and this is the resistance where Bitcoin actually failed to break through. But I want to show you something interesting here, because let's assume for a minute that this was the top and that we're gonna see a reversal. Well, let's just bring up the Fibonacci retracement tool. This top here was perfectly poking into the golden pocket, and we can see that it correlates very well with this resistance that I've been talking about for such a long time. So if I were to make a zone out of this golden pocket and we can just then delete this Fibonacci retracement tool, then we can see that basically if there is any level where we could get a reversal, then maybe this is the level we should be mostly focused on, because the golden pocket is usually a place for reversals. And let's now play with the idea that this is the local top, then we can do the exact same for the opposite side. Pull this retracement like this, and if we were to get a retracement down to the golden pocket, then we should be looking for a retracement down to 6.2 thousand or 6.3 thousand approximately, and that would logically be a 61.8% retracement, as this is the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So that is the bearish scenario, but does this mean that we're going to see the bearish scenario play out? No, not yet. There is no indication that we have shifted bearish yet. Bitcoin is still in a bull trend. We're still getting these higher highs. And yeah, like I said yesterday, I think that we need to see Bitcoin hold above 8,680. And as long as we are above this level, I am still going to remain bullish or neutral here until Bitcoin breaks through this resistance or breaks through this support. And if we do break this support, then I think that the bearish scenario could very well take us down towards the level I just talked about, the $6.2 thousand level. However, there is one bearish sign that just got confirmed by this dump down, and that is this bearish divergence on the daily time frame. So if I pull a line like this in the RSI, and in the price, we do the opposite here. So we can see in the price, we have here a high and a higher high, but in the RSI, we have a high and a lower high. This is a bearish divergence, and I think that it's basically confirmed now that this is a bearish divergence. That doesn't necessarily mean that we have to see a reversal, but we should be cautious here. If you are bullish currently, if you are in a long position, I would be very, very cautious, because we could see a reversal. That's what I'm saying here. If we bring up the daily moving averages, then we can see that Bitcoin is still holding above the 20 daily moving average. I think if Bitcoin breaks below the 20 daily, then this could be an indication that Bitcoin is going to at least come down and test this previous support at 8.6 thousand. So that is a short-term indication of bull versus bear. And the 20 daily is currently sitting at approximately $9,380. And when we bring up the VPVR, we can also see it's very clear here that this is the point of maximum volume, and we can see that this big chunk of volume is where we've been trading the majority of the time. If Bitcoin breaks through this green resistance box, then you can see how there is not a lot of volume traded here, and basically Bitcoin could get very, very volatile in these regions if Bitcoin can break through there soon. Obviously, at one point in time, eventually it's inevitable that we go up here because Bitcoin is going to go long-term bullish, but in the short term, we might have to wait a little while here because this rejection basically tells us that Bitcoin was not ready to break into these levels just yet. And once again, guys, thank you so much for 3,100 likes yesterday. This really helps. Yesterday's video performed better than the recent videos because you gave me so many likes. YouTube directly recognizes when people are engaging with the video. So as soon as you press the like and as soon as you leave a comment, you are pleasing the algorithm, showing YouTube that this video is valuable, showing YouTube that this is something that they should push further. And currently, as I am getting heavily censored and shadow banned by YouTube, I appreciate all of your likes and comments so much, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking. And if you haven't seen this video, then click right there right now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.